How's it going, guys?
Hey, how you doing, Coach?
Doing great.
First question: how many times have you seen the movie, and how often do people actually ask you about the movie?
I've seen it once, probably 30 years ago, but I do get asked about it several times.
Had to ask.
Yeah,
Fantastic film, by the way.
it is.
You probably should watch it again if it's been
I,
30
I
years.
probably should. I can't remember now. Is it black and white or is it in color?
No, it's in color.
It's in color.
Yeah,
I know Robert Redford was in it.
yeah. That's all. Very young Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fine film. It's one of the best. Coach, your philosophy in terms of what you want to see in in the development of this defense.
Yeah, we want the kids to be able to play fast. You know, when the very first day that I got here, I was here without most of the guys that are here with us. And I told the kids, you guys are going to be able to play with no handcuffs. Like, we're going to give them easy keys to read, and cut them loose and let them play. And that's really what we want them to be able to do. They're tremendous athletes. They're tremendous kids. And we want them to be able to cut loose and go play football. I think sometimes as coaches, we make this game harder than it needs to be. And sometimes I think we take the fun out of it. And I tell them all the time, at the end of the day, it's a game. And games are meant to be fun. So we're going to have fun. We're going to play fast. And we're going to try to be violent. And that's what hopefully you'll see when we run out there on that field.
Having Shane back and just his experience, the knowledge of this program, the culture here,
Yeah.
how much have you kind of leaned on him? Being this is your first year and he's been around to kind of pick his brain a little bit and vice versa.
A lot. I mean, Shane's helped a lot. And Coach Miller, ever since we've been here, everybody always asks me about all the coaches that I've brought with me. And Coach Miller was here. And Coach Miller has been a tremendous asset for us because he does understand Coastal better than we did. And he understands the kids better than we did. And he really helped. And he's a really good football coach. He's helped us a ton to kind of bridge the gap and put us in the position that we're at now, where us as coaches, we have a really good feel of the guys that we have in the rooms. But, we've leaned on Coach Miller. We've leaned on Sawyer. We've leaned on Shane. Those guys that have played a bunch of snaps, Wyatt. There's several of them, Dre Pinkney. And I'm one of those guys, like, I want to know what those guys think. Because ultimately, it's Coach Beck's program. It's our defense. And when I say it's ours, I'm not the one out there playing. Those are the guys that are out there playing. So I want their feedback. We as a staff want their feedback. Because ultimately we got to know what they see, what they feel, so we can help put them in positions to make plays. So it's important for them to be able to communicate with us and for us to build relationships with them so that we can continue to push forward.
Last time I had the chance to talk to you in here, you mentioned just how kind of fresh everything still was at that time. Just how, what do you know exactly what this defense will be week one? And if you don't, I guess what has to happen between now and then to know what takes the field on week one?
We have a pretty good idea. I think it's going to look more structure-wise like in Northern Iowa. I think we probably know who the best 25 are. We're still kind of figuring out maybe who the best 11 are. So exactly what it's going to look like, I don't know that we know that yet. We've only had 6 practices, 1 practice in full pads, so we've been running around in our underwear, for a lot of it. So there's still a lot of things that we've got to try to sort through. But I'm really proud of the way that they've battled, the way that they've competed. Zamarian said it. We do ask them to improve and compete every day. That's like we have a brand, and the mindset is improve and compete today. And the kids have bought into it. They believe in it. And if you can develop that type of a mindset, it really doesn't matter what you do in life. You're going to find success. And so that's really what we're trying to help these young men do, is find success in life. because if you can find success in life, you'll find success in football.
How quickly has it taken these players to adjust to your system and just your style, your technique? Did you have to kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit, or did they pick it up pretty well? Were you able to throw a lot of things at them pretty quickly?
No, we went after him. I mean, this college football, so you got to go. And we had 15 practices in the spring. We put probably 75% of the package in the spring. Everything that we put in the spring, in 15 practices, we've put in right now in 5. So some of the guys that just got here, it's a lot. But it's like you got to go. And so we get more meeting time now than you do in the spring. And so we're trying to take advantage of that, and we're trying to go. We have a lot of things that are like the way that we teach things is by technique. So we teach them the technique, then we teach them when to use it. We try to have things categorized in such a fashion that they don't have to memorize. So we use a lot of word association, and keep things, I call them silos, but really categories of words. So if they understand what silo they're in, it makes things a lot more simple for them. And it allows us to carry, quite a few things. So we try to kind of turn it to a science project for the offense, but it's pretty simple for us and allows the kids to play fast.
And my last question is the defensive line, just plugging in, lost a lot of guys that transferred out, brought a lot of new guys in.
Yeah.
Just how that group's coming together.
Yeah, I mean they've been working their tails off. And Coach Greer is the best defensive line coach in the country as far as I'm concerned. He does a phenomenal job with them. Coach Robertson works with them too. But those two guys got their foot on the gas. And those young men are working really hard, executing tech. And the best part about it, it's the worst part for those kids, but they're not on a lot of special teams, so they get a lot of endo time during practice. So they're down there in that pit working all day. And that position is 75% fundamentals. And so they do the same things over and over and over and over again. But it allows them to get good fast. And like the way that we play, we're pretty aggressive. And so for a lot of guys, just the adjustment of how quickly they're feeling those blocks is a little bit different than the way that they've felt them in the past in other places that they've been. So getting them to kind of push through that is a little bit different, but those guys are doing a great job. We've probably got 10, 11, 12 guys right now that are all going to help us, I think. So we've got good depth in that room, and really pleased with the guys that we were able to go out and get this spring. I think there's going to be a lot of guys that are able to play for us in there.
Got a concession question?
I got to ask the same question, Coach. Free concessions this year. What's if you're a fan? What are you ordering?
What are my options?
We're doing free popcorn, free nachos, free hot dogs, free fountain drinks, and free water.
Well, I'll probably have a couple of hot dogs, a water, and a popcorn.
There.
There it is.
That's
Can't
fine.
It's
go
a
wrong.
balanced
That's what I'm
diet,
going for.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't
For
go
the
wrong with hot
fans,
dog.
how important is it to have the fans here at Fullbrook Stadium and supporting you guys, especially as the defensive staff, and the importance of having them behind you and making noise when you guys are out there?
I mean, it's huge, like especially when we're on the field, because the louder it is, the harder it's going to be for an offense to operate. And hopefully we're going to be playing fast enough and making enough plays that they're going to want to be standing up and they're going to want to be loud and causing some chaos for that offense, and we can create some takeaways and create some momentum. And it's going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be fun. These kids are going to play fast. They're going to play hard, and they're going to play a brand of football that people are going to want to watch. So it'll be pretty exciting.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate your time.
You bet.